This is a bit weird. Never seen this before. This is a Panasonic JU-253-043P drive out of an Amiga 600. I tested this originally and it didn't want to work. I did the usual capacitor replacement and the drive started working, but sometimes it does odd things, and here's something it does that's odd. Oh, see if it'll do it. Okay, so it did that. Watch, turn the motor on. Okay, it's normal this time. It runs on for a bit. Oh, it's not going to do it now. But what it was doing, when I was turning the motor on, it would register a lot of index pulses very quickly. And it does say go take a modified drive, but that's because the motor runs on past the drive motor signal being turned off. So it becomes ready very quickly. It seems to read okay, except the last two blocks on this disk will read bad because the disk is bad. There's a dodgy block on the disk. So let's just let it read. This isn't a floppy cable problem either, because the cable is the one I use for testing my normal testing drive, which works perfectly in this Amiga, so the Amiga is not a problem. So there we go, it's going to say, yeah, two bad blocks on the lower side. That's because the disk is bad, there's a mark on the disk. I do a write test. It will repeatedly fail, but now let's see if this does what it did before. It says it can't write. Now if I do a signal test, oh, did you see that? Did you see that it suddenly counted? See that? There's what it's doing. It's weird. Okay, turn the motor off, turn it back on. What is that all about? What's that about? What's that about? That's just weird. And sometimes I do a read test now. Oh, it's working this time. The last time I did this, I did a read test and the drive steadfastly refused to read until I took the disk out. Let's try that again. It's a fail to write. Okay, it gives up. Now it's okay. Okay, so it's not going to do what it was doing, but it was. But the weird thing is this. That queuing of index pulses, what is that all about? That is just bizarre. You can see it runs on, turn the motor on, and we get a flurry of them. Yeah, that's rather odd, isn't it? What is that flurry of pulses all about? I'm trying to get this drive to the point where, let's make it give up. Try to get it to the point where it was just refusing to read the disk, but it's not going to do it. But I had it where it was doing that with the flurry of index pulses, and then it was steadfastly refusing to give me any reading, and the marks in Amiga test kit were coming up with a B, and it was doing that for the whole disk, Rebooting the machine didn't help, and the only thing that did help was taking the disc out and putting the disc back in again. But I don't think it's a head alignment issue, because I mean, I've now done several retests on that and it's been fine. I've done the head alignment test, it's been fine. The drive is just behaving strangely. So well, there's nothing much else I can do. I'll return that to the customer and see what they say.